Well, we had a lot of volatility today. Open was pretty exciting. A lot of it was really exciting. It was about just staying alive today. So we're going to go and recap the trades that I took. Mixed bag of emotions for me on good trades and bad trades. So we're going to go and recap those. These were done on my live stream, which happens on my main channel, Trades by Matt, every morning at market open. So come hang out over there. And of course, these were done on my 20, 50K Apex funded accounts. You can use code TBM for 80% off right now. Let's go and get into the video. Yo, good morning. Welcome. Happy Tuesday. Hopefully you had a good day yesterday. Looking a little bit scary on the open. At least we expanded down a little bit, but it looks like we might try and get a VWAP open up in here. We'll see. Hopefully not. News-wise on the session, we've got JOLTS at 9 o'clock and manufacturing PMI at 8:45. ISM PMI also at 9 o'clock. So we got JOLTS and ISM both at 9. That should move the market. 8:45 with both of those things at 9 o'clock. I don't know if the 8:45 news is going to move the market or not. But we'll be watching for it. We'll see. Absolutely, the top of the hour should be a little bit of movement. So wait and see how that goes. We're opening up right around yesterday's value area high. VWAP, obviously, 10 points higher. Overnight lows down at 210s. Value area rotation, if we make the move to the downside, would be 255 down to 155. 100-point value area there. Yesterday's close is also up at the 62s. Again, very close to VWAP. Would not be shocked to see VWAP through 8:45, to be honest, but we'll see. Little VWAP open into 8:45 for PMI, and then JOLTS ISM 9 o'clock, giving us the expansion out of VWAP. Potentially, we'll see. And there's the push right into the 60s that we were just talking about. Yesterday's close. And potentially VWAP, we'll see. I think the ILA strike is going to cause any movement. Potentially. We'll see. If you don't know what he's talking about the ports, Texas to Maine, I think, or something like that. Basically, like the East Coast ports are all shutting down to strike. There's like 40,000 workers or something like along those lines that are all on strike. The union port workers. Those would be the guys that import cars, import clothes, goods, all those types of things, which are now, stagnant, at least for now. We'll see if they get their demands met and whatnot. The other thing, I don't know if y'all saw that. The other thing is that semiconductor factory thing in like the Carolinas or Georgia, somewhere around there. There's like a factory that does like one very specific thing that no one else does, and it's apparently flooded out or something along those lines. So that's something to be on the lookout for as well from a tech side. That would be more techy, more Nasdaq-y than the ports, in my opinion, but who knows? Whoa, nice slap. Really nice slap. Honestly, shocking slap. It's nice to see us not stuck at VWAP right now. Whoa. Alexa, play Free Fallin' by Tom Petty. Alexa, stop. I was supposed to troll y'all, not me. This is what I was referencing. Let's shut down a one-of-a-kind mine for AI chips. Town of Spruce Pine. High purity quartz, a key material for making semiconductors. So something to keep an eye out there, as the week, months progress, honestly. Nice slaps. This is almost 100-point opening range. I feel like it's kind of been a minute since we've had a 100-point opening range. I mean, that is almost a value area high to value area low rotation. 255s to 155s almost done in the first 5 minutes. All right, there's the full rotation. GG's. No VWAP open, really. I mean, this is exact opposite, actually. I thought it was going to chop until 8:45. Instead, we get a 100-point flush. Sick. Alrighty, coming up for what? Almost 160 points here on the opening range so far. Well, first 8 minutes, not opening range, but it's aggressive. Got a big block at 150 still, prior volume. 119 sitting up there. It is important to note that we had point and control move down and we expanded off of it. Okay. We talk about this pretty often. Whenever you get the point and control moves to the lows of the day and it expands off of it again, It's usually pretty telling. Okay. Now, I don't trade the first 15 minutes because I like to let the shenanigans play out. We've seen it plenty of times. You see this crazy flush and it V-bottoms and it rips right back up to prior open, right back up to VWAP. I hate getting stuck in those types of moves right at the beginning of the day. So I let it do its thing and just wait the first 15 minutes, kind of instill some patience in me. But yeah, the name of the game, be smart, be patient, find cheap trades, okay? Find A+ setups, wait for A+ setups. That's what I'm doing today. This is exciting though. I do love volatility. I love watching volatility, even if I'm not participating in the volatility. It's fun. Especially when we have news in 6 minutes and then news in, 9 o'clock. Well, however many minutes that is, 21 minutes. We're moving enough to where I don't even want to play the Wordle right now. This is more exciting than Wordle. I think an important thing to think about here, and I believe I got reminded of this from Trader Dante. I want to give credit where credit is due. I believe Trader Dante is the one that I saw it from. People care about levels, right? We all talk about levels. Levels are only as good as the price action that is occurring at the level. Okay? Blind levels do nothing if you do not understand the price action. And I think that is very important, especially on days like this, right? Like you had the whole yesterday's value area high, yesterday's value area low rotation. Have we seen yesterday's value area low get bid up a million times? The answer is yes. Today we flushed straight through it, right? So it's like, okay, if we have super aggressive price action where we're almost doing it in 100 point, like we almost do it in one candle, that 100 point move, should I really be buying yesterday's value area low? Probably not, to be honest, right? It's like, how should I be watching the aggression of buyers and sellers and, seeing kind of the pace of play, the time of day, all those types of things that are very subtle and that get inputted in our brains? How do those kind of reflect what's going on at the given level that I care about, right? And then how do I action off of that? Gary talking about I play zone, right? It made me think of it because it's like a lot of people I see do like to play a zone and very specific levels on futures, right? Very specific levels. And it's like at the end of the day, futures always usually floats through a little bit, but it's very important to kind of get like a pace of play kind of reaction monitoring system in a way to be able to, understand if you should really be trying to fade a move or not. News minimal, yeah. And this is what we said at the beginning of the session. I think the A45 news is going to be minimal because we have JOLTS and ISMP at 9 o'clock. I think the A45 one is going to not do too much. I think the 9 o'clock one is going to do a lot. That's my opinion. That being said, we've also already moved 100, 200 points top to bottom. So we'll see what it does exactly at 9 o'clock. I also think A45 probably would have been a little bit more of a move had we been stuck at VWAP. I'm also green lighted a trade. I think this is honestly one of the best examples of why I wait 15 minutes that we've had in a while. Of just like pretty aggressive going into news, especially. And it's lit. It's lit. It's lit. It's lit. In honor of Spooky Month, it's Halloween month, everybody. Welcome to October. The end of summer. Inserted by volatility. October 1st, Tuesday. What do you call a zombie that stir fries? A dead man walking. Happy Spooky Month, everybody. FYI, everybody's talking about the Iran situation. Financial Juice has this listed. I should have talked about it earlier, but I forgot. United States has indications that Iran is preparing to imminently launch a ballistic missile attack against Israel. This is me being ignorant. Does the Iron Dome stop ballistic missiles or no? Like, what's the difference between a ballistic missile attack and a normal attack? Help me out, chat. Arrow 3 system drops ballistic missiles outside the atmosphere. Oh, is that how a ballistic missile works? I did not know that. It goes into space. Ballistic missiles are usually launched into a high suborbital space flight for intercontinental missiles. Basically, ballistic missiles are almost impossible to intercept because they're going so fast, I'm guessing. Let's see, how fast do ballistic missiles go? How fast do ballistic missiles travel? 15,000 miles per hour. Holy shit. That is insane. Okay. Yeah, that does seem challenging to intercept. 15,000 miles per hour. How fast is the speed of sound? 700 something, right? How fast is the speed of sound? 770 miles per hour. So it is significantly faster. All right, we got 8 minutes till news, everybody. U.S. destroyers have ballistic missile defense. Dude, that is insane. The technology in that is honestly crazy. I mean, I know it's just like physics, I guess, at the end of the day. Like, it truly is physics, but the fact that it exists is crazy. Like, the fact that we can make something fly 15,000 miles an hour, and then the fact that we can intercept something going 15,000 miles an hour. Like, you have to... It's going 15,000 miles an hour, and you have to literally, like, connect the dots. That's just crazy to me. That's old tech, too. I know, that's crazy. Yeah, by the way, the Tom Petty Free Fallin' was called out here at 160. I think, somewhere around there. All right, a lot of blocks up above. We got news in 3 minutes, chat. News in 3 minutes, and then I will be way more interested in looking to actually take a trade. I'm just waiting for ISM and Jolts to come out. A little doji. Right into the big blocks. We got news in 50 seconds, chat. 50 seconds. And it's already starting to open up. You can see it. So what, like a 5-point spread almost? That's very thin. That would have looked a heck of a lot crazier had we not already had like 250, 270, 280 points of movement. That would have looked very aggressive had we not already had 280 points. Because I mean, that's still like a 50 point move. 60 points. Like, that's not nothing. That's still a very aggressive account blowing kind of move. It just looks very small in the current action. Wick test. Even the wick test is like 40 points or something. 09 to 49. Literally 40 points. If Iran does fire ballistic missiles, it would probably be pretty high volatility. One of the most high volatility nights I can remember in a long time was when Russia destroyed that nuclear power plant. Y'all remember that? It was several hours of insanity, and then it basically retraced the entire move the next day. But that was pretty crazy from a recent standpoint. And even that was like probably 2 years ago. Marcus, I've almost been open for an hour. The cheapest trade that I see currently in play is going to be IB at this point. For continuation to the downside. I haven't really seen anything that's like screaming take the short yet. Obviously the whole move has been screaming take the short, but not like from a risk perspective for me on a cheap trade. Because like if I get into this move, say I get short here, or yeah, say I get short here, it still pays obviously, but I mean it's like, you know, you got 40 points of wiggle room up. That kills your trades. So as of right now, IBL is looking somewhat interesting. Maybe 20k retest or something like that, but I'm just enjoying the volatility. Got a nice little engulfing, potentially double engulfing. Could be a nice little kick up. We'll see. Buyer's looking decent. Honestly, I want to long this. I'll be honest. It's like the 47 long, kind of interesting off the top there. Kind of already bounced it a little bit, but pretty interesting play. Obviously, we have IB forming in 5 minutes as well, so it's like you got to take that into account. It's 40 points lower too, but with Delta being like this, it's kind of interesting. It'd be something like this. I'm going to classify it as a cheap trade. We are coming into IB, so like that needs to be accounted for 100%, but I'm interested at least in the prior open retest. All right. I got long. Yeah, let's see. Got some sellers coming through. I'm stopped out. 15 points. New lows. Thought for a second we had it on this bounce. Where was it? I mean, just melting. It's a good stop out, 20 points, but my goodness. Right around here, I think it was this one. Might have been this one. We swept it very quickly. I thought we had more buyers coming through than we did. We just didn't have it. So, on to the next. We got IB forming in a minute and a half. Still very aggressive. We still got blocks lower. I like the IB trades. I'll take the IB trade. Wow, look at this. This is crazy looking. Counter trend. I'm going to call that. I mean, it's 100%. It is a counter trend trade. And for me, that is a cheap trade given the current volatility. So chalk it up for what it is. It's about as cheap as I can find on something like this. And now it's about waiting for shorts in the next 45 seconds. We're in the 80s. That was a 40-point rotation off of the 20s. It's crazy. It's fast. And then something like this. I mean, honestly, into this block at 50 would look great. I even like the short here probably at 09, prior swing low. But we got buyers trying to see if they continue or not. Watching an IBL breakout. Buyers holding up for the most part right now still. Who knows if it will or not. Got some 1 minute barcode action. I'm in short. I took 3 points of slippage there. Want to see some continuation. IB retest there. Want to see us test the block at 50. I'm gonna go and move that break even. I think it's the right call. I get stopped out there. Yeah. It went up 100 points or something, but it just looks like it was not really trying super hard. So take the break even. I'm definitely not complaining about being down 15 points. These are the types of days that can absolutely wreck me. But I do need to be patient, be smart, and find cheap trades moving forward. So it's where it gets a little tricky. Honestly, Delta's been pretty helpful the last little bit, so that's good. This untested wick, I think, is actually still an interesting spot at 920s. If Delta holds up. If we start seeing a big red candle, I'll pull the order, and I might not even get filled. This is by 2 points. 2.5 points. I really want to pull this up into like the 40s. I'm still debating if I want to, because like if we flip this green, we're going right back up to point of control. Base hits needs to be in my head still. See how we respond. Tried to move that break even, wouldn't let me. Try again in a second. That would have been a full 10-point trade, I believe. 975. Yeah, it would have been 10 points. I'm gonna move it break even. I would like to try and let this run. If it will. I think I just get stopped out. I get stopped out there. I should have taken the 10 points. Should have taken the base hit. I like this area. I like the untested wick here. I thought that the bounce there would kind of boost us up a little bit, especially when we had like a little bit of buying going on. Not enough, obviously, clearly. And I thought that on the second push of the 10 points up, it was going to clear out that prior high and really rip it. Didn't do that. So in this case, I would have been better off with the 10 points. There's still opportunity. So I've taken 2 break evens, 1 losing trade. Both of my break even trades were in the money. This one was less than the money. This was like 7 points. This was a full target that I still took a break even on. So that's just on me for not executing it correctly.